Welcome to My Decadent Life. My name is Jennifer, and today we're going to be using some new things that I got from Rituel de Fille, and one of them is a new product. So if you're interested in seeing what they have going on, stick around and we're going to get into it. Okay, so I made myself a gorgeous cup of coffee. There's so much heaviness in the world right now, and in my little part of the world, some really kind of heavy feelings too. Nothing that is a huge deal in comparison, but compounded, it's enough to kind of put a damper on my spirits. But I was excited to film this video, and I still am. Rituel de Fille launched their new Thorn Oil Facial Elixir. Now this was, I believe they're calling it like a lab preview. And so I got this the day it launched, and I was able to get it for $40. The price I believe is going to be $82, and right now it is sold out. But I wanted to share my thoughts on it, and I do have it on, and that is part of the stuff I wanted to talk about, because some of the facial oils I've used before do really leave me looking very oily, and this doesn't. This is a really nice skin-like kind of glow, and I actually applied moisturizer on top of this even. So I'm not sure if I did that in the right order. I'm really experimenting with it, but so far I'm having good luck with it. So this is marula oil, organic rosehip oil, organic jojoba oil, organic Bulgarian rose essential oil, purple sweet potato, and red radish root extracts. So that is where the color comes from. On your face, it doesn't have any color, and the smell is really, really nice. I smell marula oil, and that is probably what really made me jump at purchasing this, because I know how much I love marula oil. And it has a little bit more of that floral scent to go with it because of the rose. Now, obviously, if you are sensitive to scent at all or essential oil fragrance, you would probably not be a great candidate for this product, but I am not having any scent issues with it, and so far I really like it. I'm giving it plenty of time to set, to sink into my skin. So if you're rushed in the morning, this also may not be a great product for you, because I'm putting it on and I've been giving it about 15 minutes before I go in with a moisturizer, or most of the time I've been using my Beet Shield from Crave Beauty on top of it. And on a busy day, I use my Beet Shield as my moisturizer as well, because it's very moisturizing. So I sort of, cut out a step, but I still need plenty of time. I like to let that oil sink in. I should probably give it a try and put the moisturizer on while the oil is still sort of absorbing, and see what happens then, if I'm able to cut down on that time at all. But that's how I've been doing it so far. They just talk about how this is a makeup priming oil, and it creates the perfect base for a full face application of any of Rituel de Fille's products. Or on makeup-free days, it draws out a lit from within radiance and beautifully healthy finish from your skin, unlike anything else. So, unlike anything else, I guess I don't know if I agree with that, but it is a really nice oil, and it's a very expensive oil. And you're getting a standard 1 ounce, so I feel like that is, for the price, comparable to other expensive facial oils. It's not completely off base by any means. So it does talk a little bit about the texture, which says rich yet lightweight and quick to absorb. And I would agree with that. I mean, I'm giving it plenty of time, because I think quick to absorb for an oil is still different than quick to absorb for, a water-based product. But I would agree. I do feel like it does absorb. Now my skin feels very moisturized. It has an oil, skincare feeling to it, but it isn't anything that I would stress to go in with makeup over the top of. So the directions are apply 5 to 10 drops, and I do 5. I think 10 would be way too much, but everybody's skin, of course, is different. I'm acknowledging that. To the face and neck and décolletage, morning and night. Now, I guess I took it down my neck, but not all the way down here, so I guess I would probably go back in with 5 more drops and could easily take it down my chest. But during the day, I usually have my Seriously Fab sunscreen on. And again, I love to sort of eliminate steps on a busy morning if I'm headed out the door. It does say to store in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. And then it says, if the sanguine color begins to settle, this is natural, just shake gently to unify. And it is recommended for all skin types. Those with very dry skin may wish to apply at the higher end of the recommended drops. There you go. So 5 is probably perfect for me, maybe even just 4. I would say that my skin is dry, but it is not dry like some people's skin. And then this is vegan, and it is formulated without parabens, phthalates, synthetic dyes, synthetic fragrance, mineral oil, animal testing of the finished product or any ingredient. So obviously you guys aren't going to see me putting it on. That is really self-explanatory. I just, put it on my fingers and I pressed it into my skin, waited a little bit, and then I followed up with a moisturizer. So the next product I'm going to be using today is the Ethereal Veil Conceal and Cover, and it looks like this. I have it in the color, I'm calling it Ceres. I guess I don't really know how to say it. And it is light with neutral undertones, which is exactly what I am. So they don't have a ton of colors, and they don't have a separate concealer foundation. This really is intended to be used as both, and that is what I've been doing. They do say that the shades are chameleon to adapt to your undertones and offer a softly diffused natural silk finish, and I would agree. The richly blendable texture builds to full coverage for spot concealing, under eye brightening, and full face complexion enhancement. As a spot concealer, apply a shade close to your base color with fingertips, or your favorite complexion brush. For under eye color correction, choose shades 1 to 2 shades lighter than your spot concealing color to brighten and enliven. I actually love to do that with foundations. Like, I would like to do my whole face with like 3 or 4 different colors of foundation, but that's just too unrealistic and too expensive. So I do have a damp beauty blender, and what I am doing with this product, how it is working best for me, is I pick up a little amount. I would say it's not a ton. And I have been starting, let me just zoom you in a little bit. I have been starting where I have the most blemishes and applying the product a little bit more heavy-handed, not completely heavy full coverage, but just a little bit more. And then I am blending it out with my blender, but actually sort of like sweeping the product. And that's been working really well for me. So when you're using a liquid foundation and you really just kind of gently pounce, I don't find that applies the product enough on my skin. So I really am kind of pressing it in and almost rolling it to really get that product applied. I mean, look how skin-like that is. You almost can't tell where the product, and my skin start and stop. That is for sure helpful because of the really good shade match that I have, but also just because of the texture of the product. And again, then I'm just going to sort of sweep through my cheeks because they don't need as much coverage, and then down my neck. And I've had good luck using this product right underneath my under eyes, so I'm just going to take the product just a little bit, not like so much more, but kind of just like up and condensed instead of so spread out, and really just kind of press it in. Now, one thing I can tell you about a product like this is I love a foundation in a pan like this. My favorite way to get my makeup on in the morning is with my Adept Causemetics big double fold out homemade, not homemade, I don't make this at home, I purchased it. And so like these are all my cream products that I like to use. So I will definitely get this out of the container and put this in with my other cream products and talk about how easy it'll be to not have to open up separate containers. I just love that. And then This is the blush I have from Rituel de Fille, and then this is the highlighter I have from Rituel de Fille, and they're both gorgeous, but I'm not actually going to be using those today. But the other product I'm really excited about trying from Rituel de Fille is the Inner Glow Creme Pigment in the color Eros. And this is considered a concealer, and I feel like it's a little misleading in the pan. Let me pull up the info and read that to you, because I did choose a little bit of an interesting color, and all of their contour colors are a little bit different, and I really was excited to try this, and I'm really liking it. So let me just show you all 4 of them on my phone. So this is what they look like, and this is the one I chose, called Eros, and it actually looks like it's probably the warmest one, and it really probably is. I felt like this one up here was going to be way too cool toned for as warm as my hair is right now and as yellow as my skin. I thought that would be a really harsh contrast, and obviously I'm not really going for the look with the black color, although I did get this in a sample and it is pretty cool, but just not something I'd really be using as a contour. And then it was definitely between these two. And I chose Eros because it classified it as a rosy hued sandy beige. So you're still going to have that kind of smoky shadow effect, but with just a little bit more life to it. And sometimes with a contour color, I feel like it really is too gray and I know I don't look very yellow today, but I truly feel like my undertones are yellow and my hair is very warm. So let me swatch this for you, and then I'm actually going to compare it to my 2 other favorite cream contours that I have. Sorry, I'm using my middle finger right away. Sometimes I think about that and I kind of laugh. So this is Eros, and then this is the RMS Contour Bronze. I'll put that one right there, so you can really see how this is rosier. And then my all-time favorite contour color is just Contour from Salt, New York. So there you go. They definitely live in the same, I would say, kind of family. There's nothing too crazy about any of them. But this one is definitely, I would say, a little warmer, but it's still so beige that we're gonna totally get away with it, and it really adds a pretty lifelike feeling to my skin. So here we go. I am using my Wayne Goss number 01. This is from his, I believe, 2nd anniversary set that is still available on Beautylish. I'm sure you guys can hear my little girl making a ton of noise out there with her dad. He's so, he's always just like, "We're fine, babe. Go ahead." And I know they're fine, but then a lot of times I'll hear her just like, "Mom, mom, mom." Like, I know she's in the house. It's kind of a different feeling, than like if I were just to be gone. Like, she knows I'm still home. So with this one, I feel like I can get away with really just contour and not even bronzing. By just sort of stippling it up a little higher. Like, it's still gonna do the job of the contour. It's not too cool to not be a bronzer, but it's not too warm to not be a contour. It's just a really pretty color. I think if you were very fair complected and had pink undertones, this would probably be beautiful. And I'm not having any problem setting this, so before I set it, I just make sure that I have no creases under my eyes, but it doesn't even crease that horribly bad. This is my Beautycounter Mattifying. And I just sort of set underneath, kind of right in there. And then the one last place I always like to set is my wrinkle, which creases no matter what, but I do like to set it. And then I love to go in with the Waikiki Run from Ilia, which is a tinted translucent. It has just a little bit of tone to it. And use this to powder and set all the places where I would have either bronzed or contoured, which just gives me a little extra dimension. And just, again, I struggle sometimes putting a white translucent over, you know, an ashier contour because it can, I mean, I know it's not supposed to, but it can really kind of give it like that white sort of washed out effect. There we go. So I am going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will come back and show you guys the finished look. There's four-wheelers outside. So when you live in the boonies of North Dakota and you're supposed to be socially distancing, the neighborhood will just get on their four-wheelers and like drive them around together, but obviously like four-wheeler distance apart. So we're definitely in good spirits where we are. We have a really good community of people we live near. So anyway, my dog, he's alerting me to the four-wheelers after the fact. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the sidetrack. Look at this gorgeous makeup look. Keep your eyes out for my Aether Beauty video, which will be the rest of my face. But look at this skin. What do you guys think? I am sold on this foundation. I find it to wear beautifully. I find it to wear beautifully over this oil. Can I say that this oil is life-changing with this foundation? No, haven't had enough time. Probably don't have enough time to do all of the experimenting. I might not be wearing a lot of makeup the next few weeks. I don't know what's gonna go on, you guys. But they pair together gorgeously, and this makeup has lasted me through some long days at work, just in the very past recent time, and I love it. I love how easy it is to press my sponge right into the pan, and I'm gonna love putting it into my magnetic palette. So, excuse me, I had a little frog in my throat. So, so far, this, not really first impression, but not full-on review, because I haven't been wearing these products for like a month where I can really tell you every single thing about it, but how I'm applying it on my skin with this gorgeous oil underneath, and even putting a moisturizer on top of the oil, and even putting the Beat Shield from Crave Beauty on. The foundation slash concealer, I keep calling it a foundation, I know it's a concealer, but that base product is gorgeous as long as I keep my like application sort of light. Now I feel like I got good coverage. So when I say light, I don't necessarily mean that I'm not getting coverage from it. I just mean that I'm not really, really heavy-handed with it, that I'm doing it and dispersing it and patting it and spreading it enough that the product really gets worked into my skin. And then I think that swiping it out to the edges just blurs the rest of my face, and I don't look like I'm wearing too much foundation, but this to me looks so unbelievably skin-like. I really like this product. If you have this product and you don't like it, I'd be curious to see how you apply it and what would happen if you maybe adjusted and, you know, gave it a try with a different application. I haven't even tried it with a brush. That's probably bad reviewership, but I just loved it the first time I did it this way, so I just kind of, you know, tweaked a little bit as I went. One of the days I used more product and I didn't like it as much. It still looked really beautiful, but I felt like it wasn't necessary to have that much product, so I backed it off the next time and loved it even more. So that is that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. How are you doing? I hope you and your family are staying safe. I hope you have a good community, whether it's work or home or, you know, just whatever your what have they been calling it? Your quarantine is. So, take care, everybody. And if you have not subscribed to my channel already, I would love for you to hit that button. It would mean a lot to me, and I'm going to keep doing my best to put out good content. So keep in touch with me, and I really appreciate you watching this video, and everybody have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.